FBI agents this morning working to release 17 hostages kidnapped in Haiti, but there is no word of an agreement just yet. Meanwhile, Haitian workers are using the increased attention to pressure the government to fight back against the powerful gangs that control much of the country. Joining us now is our World Affairs correspondent, Ben Chamiso. Ben, good morning to you. Good to see you this morning. It is now day 6 for these hostages. What's the latest?
Hi, good morning, Veronica. It is in fact day 6, and we are learning more about what it's like to be held hostage in Haiti. A French citizen who was abducted just a few months ago by the exact same gang as the group of missionaries tells us his story. Take a look.
It's an agonizing wait for the families and friends of the 17 hostages held since Saturday by the 400 Mawozo street gang somewhere in Haiti. This French priest was kidnapped by the very same gang back in April.
It was like a dark hole, like a prison cell, the last place we were in, with no windows. At the beginning, they were giving us food once a day, but by the end, they stopped feeding us. They forced us to go hungry, believing it was a negotiation tactic.
He was released after 3 weeks.
The kidnappers play with time. They test the nerves of their victims, especially when they are negotiating.
The FBI, State Department, and Haitian authorities now working quietly to secure the release of the 17 missionaries. 16 of them Americans, all part of the Ohio-based Christian Aid Ministries, kidnapped after visiting an orphanage they had helped to build.
These are people who went down there with no ulterior motive other than to help others. I mean, just think about that. That's why they went down there.
The gang demanding $1 million per hostage, 5 of them children, one just 18 months old. Efforts to free the hostages severely complicated by events on the ground, political instability leaving huge parts of the capital and surrounding areas under the control of street gangs. This human rights worker tells Newsy local authorities have turned a blind eye for too long. The situation is really bad, and it's the authorities' responsibility to arrest everyone who is involved in the kidnappings. The threat of abduction now so serious that Haiti's gas truck drivers called a strike, refusing to deliver gas to stations today until the government gets a handle on the kidnappings.
Now we're also learning this morning that another American man, a pastor, was abducted in Haiti just 2 weeks before the 17 missionaries were also snatched. That American man is still held hostage, but has received very little attention in the U.S. so far. His family is now taking to social media, pleading for attention, Veronica.
Such a hard situation. Ben, as for the group of 17, you had just mentioned that the abductors are asking for $17 million to release them. Who are they demanding that money from?
According to one Haitian official, the gang made the ransom demand on Saturday shortly after the abduction directly to one of the leaders of the Ohio-based ministry organization. So let's take a look for a moment at that organization's finance. Christian Aid Ministries made $130 million in revenue 2 years ago. That year, they made a profit of $11 million. That's a lot of money for a non-profit, and it appears that they could afford to pay the ransom. But it is strongly against U.S. policy to do so, to avoid setting a bad precedent. Veronica?
Right, but making them an easy target. All right, World Affairs correspondent Ben Chamiso, we appreciate your time this morning. Good to see you. Thanks.